it's Angie, and I'm coming today to do a little bit of a project share. I did a couple of tags, and I was asked by a couple ladies if I would kind of maybe do a little bit of a project share to go over some of the things that they were interested in how I did or what they were. And so I made a couple of tags. Here is the first tag that I put up, and this is suspenders. So I did that a lot in my younger years. I've been in art my whole entire life. I love to upcycle. I used to upcycle a lot of things, when that was really popular, which is kind of is now. So I kind of put that kind of style into journals as well, which we kind of all been doing lately. Junk journals are obviously full of upcycling items and whatnot. But anyways, this is a tag topper, and this is from a suspender, and then so it had this little bar across it. So I just put one of these sayings in here. It says "Fear nothing." So that's what that is. And then I just grunged up this ticking material. I love grunging that up. It looks so, I don't know, worn. And then, so there's some more of that, and that's just sewn on top of the tag. Now these are 2 tags, and in the back is just some cheesecloth back there, because this is going to go on a cover. So I don't worry too much about the yucky back there. Okay, so then I get a lot of texture in a lot of things that I do because I love layering and putting texture. So there's some crackle medium, and then some caustic wax dripped down it because it just gives that bumpy feel and shine. And then after the wax, I come back and put some crackle and some gold patina, which is really fun to do, and just love it. And then this is from Stamperia. It's that cream paste. I don't know if you guys work with that yet, and it comes with some molds, and you put the cream paste in the mold and you pull it out, and it's kind of like a plastic material. How many right here on hand? But it's kind of like a plastic flexible material after you pull it out. And so all I did is cut that out after it was set, and then I painted it, and it paints very well. I just used acrylic paints on there and inks and crackle paint or clear crackle on it, and it turned out perfect. So that's kind of how that gives that some height. And then there's obviously some string before the feather, and you could put something in between here. You could make a pocket, you could have put a tab. I mean, I could have gone crazy, did like 50 layers on this thing. And then this is a bird, and that has fine crackle. You're not able to see it. I can't get too close up, you guys, but I can do my best. So there's the layers, and then this is just like a little rusty washer, and then another little saying, and then I put glossy accents on there. I let the first layer dry, and then I come back with another. It just gives it height and dimension, which I really enjoy doing that in my work. And then this is just like kind of a nail, representing like anchoring, your fear. And you've got this, I thought that it just goes together. So there's a rusty nail, and I've been calling this rust crust, you guys, because when I rust things, the majority of my rusty bits will have a crust on them. So the way I achieve that is I just, well, here we go. I'll show you. I put it in my solution, and then I take it out of my solution, and I just put it on a paper towel. And this paper towel's like obviously been through the ringer here. It's gonna like stiff, but I just dump it all on here and just let it dry out. But I let it sit in the solution for a while. I don't just like let it rust and then come out, but I achieve all this amazing, sorry you guys, all this amazing crust on my rusty bits. And you could brush it back if you wanted to. I do not rinse my items. That's totally up to you. This is just my style. You guys, it's like burnt looking. It just looks amazing. This was already rusted, so that doesn't have any crusty crust on there. This my husband just found out on our property, and he just, he's so awesome by just like, hey, here's some rusty stuff instead of throwing it away. And this is like an old like can opener. Everything just, the older the better, obviously, for the rust. And these are like, I think, electrical things. I don't know. I just grab it if it looks interesting. Anyways, this is heavy. Anyway, this is what I mean by rust crust, because people are like, well, I don't know what rust crust is. It's like this crusty stuff that happens on my rusty bits. So anyway, so that's what I mean by rust crust when I comment rust crust, because like I said, a lot of of my bits have crusty rust on it. I know that's a funny word, but hey, I like funny words. So there's that one, and this one I just finished, and the pictures didn't turn out very well. I kind of took them really quick last night, and it kind of drowned out, but so I thought I'd go ahead and show this tag as well. So here's the back of that, and I'm probably going to do a little bit more to this, because this is, I think I'm going to put this on a journal as well. But, so this is a tag that I put tracing paper over, and I've crumpled it up first and put tracing paper over it, so there's like a cardstock tag inside, and then the tracing paper's over on top of it, and then I kind of stained it, then I poured wax over it, and then did it the same way, layers of crackle paint, clear crackle, and then this is little collage bits. And I still do the little tiny houses, so I have a ton of stuff for little itty bitty houses. And this is some of the foliage that I have, so I thought I would incorporate that as well as just another little layer, because this is kind of like a botanical theme, kind of like that, gardeny a little bit, bug probably related. But anyways, little tab. These are Tracie's labels back here and right here. And then again, just another nail. I just think it looks really cool on this, hanging on the side, and this really cool ticking that I antique, well, I guess grunge up, and then a metal washer right here. And then this was a paper mache flower that was pressed in a mold, and then I just hand painted it, and I put this little bead there just to give it some dimension. And then this metal piece is not a nail, and it comes up like an L shape, comes up, and I could not cut that off. I don't know. I think I'm going to leave it just because it's kind of cool, I think. And then I wanted a leaf here, but I didn't. I just like, oh, what am I going to do? So what I did is I took a piece of thin wire, and I put resin inside of it. So it's like kind of a glass leaf. I think it turned out amazing. I'm going to do more of this. So there's my idea. And I think I still need to do a little bit something in here. But this is my take, and this is where I stopped. And I just wanted to show you a better look at it, because my pictures were a little junky, I think, for me. On this one, because it's so dark, and I had it kind of on a background that kind of, I don't know. Anyway, so I thought I'd just go ahead and show you the tags, so you guys can kind of get an idea of how I put them together, because a couple ladies have asked. And so yeah, so there's that. This is an old these are not old bottle caps. These are bottle caps I bought like Hobby Lobby. They were brass, and I just crusted them up, and so they rust really well. I do have to scuff them up a little bit to get the finish off of them, but other than that, they've worked pretty well for me. Just like finding an old one out in the road. So these are obviously naturally rusted. I just re-rust them. So that's another thing. A lot of times when it doesn't matter if I find a whole can of rusty nails, I'm gonna re-rust them, and then they get that little rust crust on them. So there's another tip for my rust crust. Anyway, so I thought I'd just share that with you guys really quick, and I hope everybody's having a wonderful week, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.